Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we've got a seriously fascinating document to unpack, one that perfectly captures where our industrial and consumer worlds are actually heading. We're looking at the service offerings of a company called Devi Automation Solutions. What we have here is a single, densely packed overview flyer. And let me tell you, if you know how to read it, it's basically a roadmap for the future of infrastructure. We're going to break down exactly how they're taking everything from gritty, heavy manufacturing all the way to your living room and making it way smarter, way more efficient, and totally connected.
Now, what's really cool about Devi's overarching philosophy is that it's visualized right away in their iconography before you even read a single word. Look on the left, we've got this massive traditional industrial gear mixed with circuit board traces. Right in the center, a bold lightning bolt and a slick, modern robotic arm. And then, over on the right, you see the digital cloud of the industrial Internet of Things hovering right above two bright green leaves. It's just a brilliant visual summary. They're actively bridging that gap between traditional heavy industry and modern smart tech, while making absolutely sure environmental sustainability is a key part of the equation.
So the crucial point here really comes down to their core tagline. This is definitely not just marketing fluff. This three-part vision is the absolute blueprint for literally everything they build and service. Smart technology is the input. It's the brains of the whole operation. Powerful solutions is the output, the raw physical capability to actually get the job done on a massive scale. And better tomorrow? Well, that's the ultimate goal, creating systems that don't just consume resources, but optimize and sustain them. By seeing it in these three phases, we really start to understand how all their different services fit together into one giant master plan. All right, let's move into their first major pillar, what they call powerful solutions. This right here is the industrial core. So, Devi tackles the heavy lifting of manufacturing through these four robust pillars. While industrial automation is kind of the grand orchestration of it all, panel and control solutions are the actual brains. In modern setups, this means using PLCs, or Programmable Logic Controllers. Now, for those new to the concept, PLCs are an absolute game changer. They've pretty much completely replaced those massive, complex, and super clunky old relay panels from back in the day. A PLC basically consists of a CPU, a power supply, and I/O, or input-output modules. These modules read environmental data and execute commands in real time. They act as the localized intelligence for factory machines across really popular systems, like Siemens or Delta. They are the true foundation of modern control. And then, rounding it out, AI and robotics solutions injects that cutting-edge adaptability into the whole network. Now, out on the factory floor, unchecked power is wasteful and, frankly, it's dangerous. That's exactly where VFDs, variable frequency drives, and motor controls come into play. Working right alongside those control panels, a PLC sends rapid-fire signals to the VFD telling it exactly how fast or slow a massive motor needs to run for a very specific task. This kind of precise, real-time communication saves just an incredible amount of energy, heavily reduces mechanical wear and tear, and gives operators absolute safe physical control. It is literally the bedrock of modern manufacturing efficiency. But here's the thing. They don't stop at just traditional motors and control panels. They're actively integrating next-gen tech through AI and robotics to completely future-proof these industrial floors. This is where we cross the line from standard automation into true intelligence. Because, look, it's one thing to program a PLC to do the exact same task a million times. It's an entirely different ballgame to use artificial intelligence and robotics to let that machine adapt, recognize weird anomalies, and actually adjust its workflow on the fly. By doing this, Devi elevates manufacturing from just standard production into a highly adaptable, future-ready ecosystem. Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's move completely beyond the factory floor and see how they're building a better tomorrow with sustainable and smart living. Let's take a look at this next set of capabilities. These four unique services shift the focus toward modernization, efficiency, and sustainability, but this time in our daily lives and essential environmental sectors. Notice that dramatic shift in context here? We've gone all the way from VFD motor controls down to home automation and smart agriculture. It shows some incredible versatility. They're basically taking the exact same principles of optimization that they use in a massive factory and applying them directly to the roof over your head and the food on your table. Smart agriculture really stands out as a vital service here. It applies advanced automation to optimize farming and secure our food production networks. Think back to that little green leaf in their logo. This is exactly what it represents. Historically, agriculture has been heavily reliant on manual labor and completely unpredictable weather. But by bringing smart solutions to farming, whether we're talking automated irrigation, totally precise climate control in greenhouses, or data-driven crop management, Devi is essentially treating a farm with the same rigorous efficiency standards as a modern manufacturing plant. And honestly, that is absolutely critical for our global future. Of course, to make sure all this technological progress is actually sustainable for a better tomorrow, they provide dedicated solar energy solutions. Because let's be real, you can't claim to be building a better tomorrow if all your shiny smart tech is entirely reliant on burning fossil fuels. By integrating solar energy into their service lineup, Devi is providing a true closed-loop solution. They aren't just out there deploying the smart machines, they are literally establishing the clean, renewable power source required to run them independently and sustainably. Tying this entire ecosystem together are their home automation and IoT, or Industrial Internet of Things, solutions. This ensures both personal and professional systems communicate flawlessly. The IoT icon in their logo sits right up at the top like a cloud. And well, that's exactly what it does. It gathers all the data from the factory floor, the solar panels, the agricultural sensors, and allows it to be analyzed and optimized globally. And then, home automation scales that exact same concept of seamless connectivity down to the individual consumer, making everyday life way more comfortable and energy efficient.
Now, if you are a facility manager or even a homeowner ready to integrate these powerful solutions, here is exactly how you can connect with Devi Automation directly. So, we've covered a massive amount of ground today, right? Tracing the lines from heavy industrial PLCs to smart home solar setups. Devi Automation Solutions paints a picture of a world where everything, from our factories to our farms, is totally interconnected, efficient, and sustainable. So the final question you should take away from this is, looking at your own life and your own business, what part of your world is ready to be automated first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you on the next one.